So you know how it is, like, out of nowhere, an embarrassing thought of something you've done a long time ago just just appears in your mind out of nowhere when you're in the middle of something. And you just visibly cringe, especially at the fact that it skipped the line. Like, it's right in front of current priorities that you might be having right now. Like, more important stuff to think about, like, what am I going to do for dinner later? Or, I sure hope there's enough on my card for lotto scratchers. You know, important stuff. So yeah, you visibly cringe because you think about arguments that you've lost where you were adamant that you were right but you were clearly wrong. Or, that time that somebody said thank you and then you replied with you too. I mean, there's a lot in our timeline that we try to forget about. But the suppressed thought, it just jumps in front of you like, hello, governor. You're not real, drop dead Fred, you're not real. If I ignore it, it'll just go away. Why am I doing the anime glasses thing that somebody said I do? Like, okay. You gotta catch that stuff sometimes. You get rid of it, you had to replace it with another embarrassing thought. But, bottom line, it's not gonna bother you again until about 3 a.m. There was supposed to be a George Lopez joke in there somewhere, but no, stop. It's too late for that. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm your host, Rob Rodriguez. Now, it's good to be back after 2 months off the air. What a complicated story that is. But, all truancy aside, and I know very well that if this were a legitimate job, I would have been fired 7 years or sooner ago. But who's to tell? Now, weird transition. Now, I noticed a trend that every Monday I'm going to be asked, "Hey, how was your weekend? Did you do anything?" And I know very well that I didn't do nothing. Like, I was just at the house all day, watching Peacock. I started Hell's Kitchen again. So what am I supposed to say? I watched TV. I started journaling again. I mean, that's been cool. Taking some walks. That Gracie Abrams, she's pretty good. Benson Boone, forget about it. 10 out of 10. So basically I did absolutely nothing, and you have like no story, and more than one person is going to ask, how was your weekend? And we know darn well we're not going to improve on like the nothingness of our recap of Saturday and Sunday. So to fix that, I started making plans with my fiance to go to the movies on the weekends. So far we've done that the last few weeks, and we've seen Captain America, we've seen Novocaine, and the recently released Snow White. Oh, imagine. We saw Death of a Unicorn with Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega. I mean, it was good. It was dumb in the right places. Dumb in a good way, but hey, at least it ain't dopey. Thank you. I don't understand this Rachel Ziegler hate. You know how it is. Like, there comes a time in someone's life where they realize, hey, not everybody's going to agree with you. Like, honestly, it hurts, but for everybody who agrees, there's somebody who disagrees, and is that the circle of life, or no? The circle of life involves death, so scratch that. I mean, sometimes all we want to do is be generous and courteous. There's a term for that. It's called people pleasing. We're in denial now about, like, listen, you're either a doormat or an ally. There's like no in between. But like, you'll hold the door open. You'll get your thank yous. You'll get your appreciated. But then you get somebody who's just gonna, like, walk through the door and say nothing. They'll either just walk through the door or open the other door and welcome themselves in. And then you're like, what? I'll remember that. I have a death note in my closet somewhere. Just let them go. They're not worth it. They're probably in a rush or a different tax bracket. The kind that know what a charger plate is. See, I have a score below 600, so they probably just didn't see me through the see-through glass door. Personally, it took me some time to figure out that you can please some, but not please all. Frankly, I was 27, so about a year ago. 4 months ago. Okay, if you can... Yep, if you've seen the show, you know what's coming up. But, hey, listen, don't ruin the magic for new viewers, okay? Where was I? If we could please all... You know what, that's so unrealistic, I can't even come up with a punchline. Like, Rod, how's it going? It's like been 2 years. Rod, I mean, like, you got anything? Listen, let me be real with you real quick. You still doing this? Okay. I mean, there isn't much that we universally agree on. Like, pizza party in the break room? Okay, there's maybe one thing we can all agree on, but listen, once we talk about the unique toppings that were requested, then we start losing people. Okay? I mean, over here we got mushrooms on this one. Hey, where are you guys going? Oh, I'm sorry, we have to bounce. We got a thing tomorrow. Okay. Pineapple on this one. Mixed, but you know what? It's no crime to like your pizza Hawaiian style. And, okay, one more. Anchovy. What the heck are anchovies? Like I've never had that in my life, and it scares me. I mean, do they have eyes? That's how they've always been depicted to me. And, people are over here thinking I'm a menace for liking pineapple on my pizza. But, you do you with your pizza toppings. And you wonder why nobody ever comes over to your house for dinner. Take this for example, with those commercials for gum, they always say, 9 out of 10 dentists agree. You gotta ask yourself, what were the deliberations like with that, It's like, listen, I want to go home too, but we have to agree. Do we agree this gum can help fight cavities and gingivitis? Yeah, I agree. Yeah, me too. And then, there's that one dentist in the back with his arms crossed. Probably has a toothpick in his mouth. You think this gum can fight cavities? Gingivitis? I mean, it's gum. It's pretty much candy, yet addicting. I disagree. Yeah. But, oh wait, wasn't that the dentist that did that thing to that lion? Well, we've got a lot of show to fill, so that being said, I'm gonna need a minute. I mean, it's human nature to not like to be told what to do. I mean, we live by being ourselves and not changing for nobody. Sure. I mean, points are valid, understandable, live your life. But you know, your friends and family have eyes, and you know, they just care about your well-being, but they want to nudge you into the right direction. Like, they'll intentionally allow public service announcements relevant to whatever it is you're doing just to play out loud. Like, they blast NF's music in the fray only when you're around. Like, last time I checked, you guys are Chappell Roan fans. And also, that if they heard something on the news or they read an article, they just want to let you know. Like, that's probably the best scare tactic as well. Like, there was a guy a few streets over. They got him and his girl. So you need to be careful before they get you too. It's just Pokemon trading cards, man. I can stop when I want to. Now, if you'll excuse me, I think this one has a... I think this one has an Umbreon X. Oh my god, oh wait, no, it's a Ursa Luna. I didn't watch Pokemon growing up, okay? I mean, I don't have a full understanding of how an intervention works, but then why talk about it, Rob? Honestly, just to fill time. I don't know. But you know, imagine that you get home, you walk into the house, and you see your friends and family with a counselor in your living room, and then they're like, you know, have a seat, we need to talk. What is this? It's about your swearing. Here we go. Why can't you guys mind your own business? Billy, we're here because we care about you. And honestly, this is just vulgar behavior, and it just makes you sound uneducated. And we're embarrassed to go out in public with you because, you know, because of this. And you gotta think about it, there's children present. Like they don't or worse at home. William, like, there are steps you could take. Have you thought of setting up a swear jar? Oh, you don't think you tried? I mean, look around. There's water jugs full of quarters everywhere. Oh my god, I have a problem. Yes, that's right, William. The first step is admitting you have a problem. I mean, think about it. What job will accept you if you keep this behavior up? I don't know. I don't like warehousing. Like I could be a chef. You know, those guys on the Bear look like they're doing pretty good for themselves. William, that's a TV show, and you're not the Bear, okay, buddy? I could be the Bear. I'm actually pretty proud of myself. That took 2 takes, and all I had to do was write it on my hand like Sarah Palin style. Anyway, next on the show, it's time for the possibility list. It's kind of like getting all your news from posts your friends share on Facebook. Alright, this week's list is titled 6 Things That Would Have Kept You Up All Night If You Hadn't Googled It. No hesitating with this list whatsoever. At number 6, what is an axolotl? Number 5, is Gordon Ramsay British or Scottish? Number 4, why does the daughter on the Carousel of Progress look like Taylor Swift is dead staring at me? I mean, look at this, especially if you're in the front row. That's uncanny valley stuff right there. Number 3, what does A24 stand for? Number 2, Euphoria Season 3 spoilers. And number 1, 6 things that would have kept you up all night if you hadn't Googled it. How many times can you skip out on jury duty before they say something? Alright, and that is the possibility list for you this week. Now it's time for a bit we do on the show that tries and fails to revive equals 3. This is a bit where we go through my Watch Later playlist. Now, this first video is a good example of how you sound when you have a good quip in your head, but then you say it out loud.
Shaggy and Scooby-Doo.
Whoa! I'm impressed. Thank you. Wow.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I have just one thing to say to you.
Oh, Pat, how we miss you. Next, there's a movie you could watch 20 years ago, 15 years ago, and there's a scene that still stresses you out to this day. This scene is, frankly, one of mine.
Now wait for me to...
Still locked.
Why are you reaching for the handle at the same
What
time?
do you mean reach for at the same time?
And finally, there's really no setup here, but here's Pete Davidson and Machine Gun Kelly falling off the stage at Saturday Night Live. Yes, that was Jim from The Office. Well, that is the show for you this week. You know to follow me on social media. Until next time, we're going to try to be more efficient with production here at the Rob Rodriguez Show. If I play my cards right, of course. But, frankly, all I got are reverse Uno cards. Well, please stay tuned for our 10 years and 10 weeks thing we're doing. It's been more than 10 weeks, but we're up. I know. Well, anyway, that is my time. See ya. Yep, we are gonna get this done in a timely manner. I'm just an artist at work, busy working on a show. Yep, what was I talking about?
Wow.
Okay, so if I finish writing this on Monday, I should be able to film this on Tuesday during the day. Let's see what we got. Due to scheduling issues. Also, another announcement that I forgot to bring up earlier in the show. The Rob Rodriguez Show is going to stay with us until 2029, at least. Rob, are you going to be doing episodes through 2029, or is it just a window so the show is always here to fall back on, depending on what your life looks like? Ask me again in 4 years.
Hold